What are some of the things that you are allowed to do and not allowed to do as a tourist or a B2 temporary visitor for pleasure to the United States? I'll probably do various videos about this, but in this one, let's talk about whether you can do any studying in the US without a student visa, but as a tourist. Hi, I'm Soyun Atag. I'm an attorney and one of the founders of Simvisa. We release videos about the law, including immigration. If this is of interest to you and you want to know more about how the law can serve you, please subscribe. The short answer as to whether you can potentially study or take a class while you're in the US as a tourist is yes, you can. But, and this is a pretty big but, that is only under very specific and limited circumstances. So let's dive into the details and discuss what study is okay for a tourist and what study would put you in violation of that tourist status. Obviously, you need a student visa, so most common would be an F1, to pursue to be a full-time student at a regular school working towards a degree. So we're not talking about that, but doing some study while you're here as a tourist visa. So what qualifies as a short course of study? It cannot be for any academic credit that goes toward the completion of an academic program or degree. This, quote, applies regardless of whether it is a US or foreign educational institution that will grant academic credit for completion of the short course of study. So what the government means there is that regardless of whether your degree is going to be awarded in the US or abroad, your study cannot have anything to do with getting credit towards that degree. So some examples. It is not okay if you're taking this American literature class over the summer that will give you credit towards earning your degree at your school abroad. That would not work. But something that would be okay is, and in fact, this example is straight from a cable from the US Department of State, is doing a language program of short duration that is less than 18 hours per week. That would be okay without getting a student visa. So this qualifies as a short course of study. So another example that would be okay would be taking a no credit art class, maybe as part of your trip to the Grand Canyon so you can maybe better paint the beautiful landscape. So something like that would, be totally fine. Because the wording of short course of study can be misleading, I want to point out that actually, regardless of how short or long the course of study is, the study is not allowed if it goes towards earning a degree. In fact, the government specifically points out that if you're doing an online program that only requires you to travel to the US for just really short times or programs, you still have to get the appropriate student visa for that short trip. So in line with that concept, it is not okay to attend a seminar or conference in the United States as a tourist if that is something that's required to earn a degree. Again, looking at online programs, if you have to travel to the US for examinations or for academic consultations as part of that online program, you cannot do it as a B2 tourist. You still need the appropriate student visa. The government, through the Foreign Affairs Manual, points out that that is neither incidental to a tourist visit, avocational, nor recreational. So by the way, regarding seminars and conferences, even where there's no academic credit involved, the proper status you should be in is B1, not B2. As a B2 tourist, studying would be okay if you're coming to study in a school or program that is avocational or recreational in character, and your purpose of attendance is also recreational or avocational. So I know those are not typical words, but an example of that would be, and in fact, I believe a bunch of colleges and universities offer non-credit courses that are open for enrollment to the public, to the community at large. So you don't have to apply to the school to get in, and you're not taking the class towards any credit, or it's not teaching you particular vocational skills, but it's more for community enrichment and engagement. So doing something like that is avocational or recreational, that may also be okay. Similarly, study would be okay for a B2 visitor for pleasure if you're coming to attend a summer program for high school and college-aged students that is also not for credit. These are summer programs offered by US colleges, universities, and private organizations. And the key, of course, is they're not for credit, and it's more akin to a summer camp. So, according to the government, even though such programs are, quote, for academic enrichment and marketed as study and the participants attend classes, the activities do not meet the definition of full or part-time course of study. And so that'd be okay to do as a B2. Hopefully this gives you a better idea of what studies you can pursue on a tourist visa. And if you're going in for a tourist visa interview, hopefully you can be better prepared knowing what is and is not authorized. If you found this helpful, please like the video, and for more like it, please subscribe. Also, please feel free to comment below about any topics you'd like us to cover. We're definitely checking those as we consider future videos. As always, I wish you great travels to the United States. Have a wonderful rest of your day.